Morning, 6:30, Sunday, time for a walk. Today we are going to Sutton Scotney, which I've never been to before. It's about 4 hours walk away apparently, going the scenic route. And we're going to go visit 3 old churches that are all in a row, hidden away in the middle of nowhere. Come with me, why don't you? It's going to be a scorcher today. Apparently 24, 25 degrees, not much cloud, no rain. I have learned my lesson. Last time I went for a walk when it was a scorcher, I burned so badly that I was red for weeks and my skin peeled off. I looked like I was dying. It was not a good vibe. Yesterday, I bought some flipping 20 quid Factor 50 and I've lathered it all over myself. So I am like the anti-sun right now. We'll see if it works, because I'm anticipating that it's going to be bloody hot today. 24, 25. And I'm going to be out at least four back. So it's going to be at least 8-9 hours out in the sunshine. So let's try not to be a complete moron this time. Watch this space, I guess. We'll see what colour my face is on the way home. But it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. I mean, look at this sunlight. It's gorgeous. Currently on Hyde Street, which leads you to all these kind of lovely old-fashioned buildings. Very pretty little road, this. Takes you out of Winchester city centre proper. And you end up with all these lovely old things like just a casual 1903 there. It's easy to get blasé about stuff like that when you live in Winchester. You know, with everything being hundreds of years old. Because it's so normal. You forget how wonderful it is sometimes. Lovely sleepy little roads. It's a nice way to start your morning on a big stomp. I'm going to be taking a left down here. And, a right, then a left again, I guess. And it's very, very beautiful, very scenic. So I'll be away from all the houses very quickly from here. And just miles of rolling green for a good old while. It's going to be lovely. Aha, here we go. Here's my promised left. You know, I don't think I've ever been here. Nice little bridge there. Bit close. There we go. It's pretty. Yeah, lovely. So far I can already feel a kind of clammy sweatiness. And given that it isn't quite 7 in the morning yet, it is definitely giving me PTSD from my boiled like a lobster day. But it's okay. I have £20 worth of Factor 50 on my face. So I'll be fine. Scarecrow spied. A very well dressed scarecrow. I like it. Don't see those anywhere near as often as I'd like. That's super fun. If I keep seeing scenic things, I'm going to run out of battery very quickly. And it is beautiful down here. Gorgeous. I thoroughly recommend this little spot here. Been in here before. You can't miss it, because it has these amazing wood carvings around it. Look at that. So cool. And these handy signs telling you all about it. It's kind of like a little, almost hub in the middle of the woods. And there's so many cool things to see in there. Lots of these cool wood carvings. Lovely little spot. Be really nice on a day like this. Yeah, I like that guy. This part of the woods is so important that they actually have these signs everywhere telling you that it's a site of interest for science. Tells you all about breeding birds and all sorts of things that they've got going on in here. So they actually block a big section of this off, so muppets like me don't go wading through and knackering the ecosystem. So you end up with this big old fence all the way down. But we still get to see lots of it in a minute, which we'll see. Imagine there's a lot of wildlife hidden in there. I wonder what kind of exotic animal I'd spotted there. And it is a ginger house cat. I don't think we have to worry too much about him. I think we'll be safe. I'm always very impressed at the fences around here. They're very well maintained. Oh. I saw ya. Not quite sure who I saw there. Maybe when we play this back we'll see it. They're hiding in there now. I've just spotted two of my favourite ever number plates. We have Mud 1 and Mud 2. In case you're not sure what those are for. Love it. Have a polite notice. It's always nice when notices are polite. This is always a fun bit if you've never been here before. You kind of come here and you think, okay, can't go that way. That's private. Footpath. Oh, there's a big gate there. What do? Well, what you do is you walk across here. Look at that. So picturesque here. And you go here. Not obvious. This is one of the most beautiful paths you can walk close to Winchester. It's so easy to get to. I mean, this is a mile and a half from the centre. It does get rather overgrown. And I suspect we're going to be shoulder barging our way through here. But it's worth it because the view on the other side is spectacular. As you're about to see. Oh, actually, they put the effort in to cut it down a little bit, which is not so bad. I came through here a little while ago and it was very, very high up. This is all right. Ah, hens. Morning, chickies. Bunch of them over there doing their thing. Onwards. Yeah, you can see effort has been put in to cut down here. So I came through here a little ways ago and it was up to my shoulders in places, but they've really cut it back now. Have a look at this. It really opens up. This is basically all part of that conservation land. It's wonderful here. Once you get past the hedges, you can really see a long way over there. Look. None of this is walkable, by the way. It's all basically marshland over there. You see there's actually water. And there used to be a way into it years ago, and actually the remnants of it remain. The sign's even still there. But if you were to follow that sign, you would be swimming because it just directs you straight into the drink. So it's interesting to see how it's changed over time. But yeah, this is just, I mean, scale. Look at this. Just put my big head in front of the sun. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm glad I'm here quite early because the sun's beating down on me already. We've just gone past 7 o'clock. And I think without the old sunblock on the hat, I'd be regretting being out today. But I have sunblock on the hat and I have earliness on my side. So no regret, only happiness. I was slightly sore back from carrying 3 litres of water, but I'm going to need it. So you can make out, so obviously I'm right next to the water here. This is marshiness, and just in the middle of the frame there, that is a walkway in between 2 lots of marshy river. Super dodgy because you can barely even tell the difference. But if you look like over there, for example, you can see like a bench there, and then there would have been like a fence there. So there are remnants of when this was designed to be more walkable for people way back when, whenever that was. And in fact, you can just about make out that way in I was telling you about, in the middle, right in the middle of the frame there. That's where you were able to walk in from where I am now. But as we get there, I'll show you why you definitely can't do that anymore. And as I walk through this lovely shady bit, look at this, glorious. We are coming up to the section where you used to be able to join all this madness. Have a look at it now, look. So you come around this corner, and the first thing you see is this bench. So you can have a nice rest. Here's this one for one George Stone. Rest in peace, George. Once you were done resting, you could take in this handy dandy sign, which is still here. A bit worse for wear now. Telling you about Winham Moors. Opens up to this magnificent vista. Look at this, look at it. Just look at it. I know I say it all the time, look at it. I mean, that's literally what you're doing, isn't it? But God, I can't see because that's the sun. Oh, I'm blind now. But yeah, amazing, right? Now, you'd be done looking at this sign and you'd go around here, follow your feet. Oh, Christ. And I nearly just walked in the river. You see? And that's because that's the river. There's no bridge, there's no nothing. It's just been reclaimed. And you can kind of see, I guess, the way it used to go. But it has been very much reclaimed, and there is no way in there anymore. And you just see this sign and no way through now. It's kind of a fun thing to look at there. Coming away from that lovely scenic bitty, my skin thanks me as I'm now walking through glorious leafy shade. Thanks to the power of the iPhone never really showing you reality, this just looks perfectly normal. But actually, to my eyeballs, it's dark. You could just about make out how dark it is if you look at the end. See that? It's actually dark. That's what my eyes see where I'm stood now. But the iPhone's giving us all night vision as usual. But it's so nice. And it's pretty much the only spot on this walk where the floor's muddy. Always. Because the sun doesn't reach it. You see, even on this beautiful hot day, the floor's actually muddy. And you have to be careful of that on days where it's not hot and sunny. Because down here you often get big sections like this is often just soaking wet. But it's not too bad because there's a gap here. And so it's managed to dry it. But yeah, it can be very muddy down here, so bear that in mind. But this is so nice. And exactly what I need. Wow. I'm quite excited about today because when I was trying to decide where to go, I was just doing my usual shifting about the map and zooming in places to see what was there to see. And I noticed that there are 3 churches. I want to say they're probably within a mile of each other, I think. It's always hard to tell. I never really check. I just kind of zoom in and eyeball it. It's more fun that way. But they all look pretty old. At least 2 of them are open 24 hours, so they never lock the door. So in theory, I should be able to have a nosy. One of them I'm not so sure. I think it's got certain hours. And the fact it's Sunday means it may only be open for worship, so it'd be very rude for me to poke around. But we'll see what we can see. At the very least, we'll be able to see them, have a look at their cemeteries, graveyards. I still don't know which is the correct word to use. I really should actually learn instead of saying cemeteries and graveyards every time. One day I will find out which word I should use. In fact, it might even be the day. Who knows? Right, I've asked Siri. It's a graveyard. A graveyard when it's in a church. The more you know. And we're just about to come up to one of my favourite spots on this bit. Ah. Hello, little cabbage white. Proof that they are actually still alive. There still are butterflies. There's only 5 of them now, but still. So this is kind of a fun thing. Alan King and St. Swithin's Way. And you come through to this crazy looking thing here. A very spiky pipe and a very dodgy looking bridge, which is about 3 mil thick and has no barrier on one side. If you're of a jittery persuasion, you would probably not like walking on this bridge very much. And it's good and holy as well. It is not a thick bridge. I love it. It's just odd and quirky. And very scenic. It's very pretty here. But yeah, I guess spoiled a little by the crazy pipe with the crazy spikes. But I don't know, I kind of like it. But yeah, this bridge is cool. One day I'm going to film myself doing this and fall off because I'm not taking any notice. But not today. Pretty cool. Now, if memory serves, down here on the right through these fences, there are tons of mushrooms. Wow, look at that. Memory does serve. Look at that. Boom. See it? So cool. Now, answer this on a postcard whether they are mushrooms, toadstools. I don't know the difference there either. I don't know very much. You probably worked that out by now. Funky bridge over here. Private land though, not allowed in there. I think there's a lot more mushrooms on the right down here too. Yeah, there they are. Cool. Or are they toadstools? Toadstools. Can't even talk. Nobody knows what they are. Tell me if you do. Bit muddy down here as well. I've come down here before and it's been comedically muddy, like hilarious. Wow, look how many there are. That's cool. Wow. Super neat. Yeah, this can be a total mud bath as well, just because there's no sun down here. But we are lucky today, and it's lovely. Just be aware of that. Because of that, people have been kind enough to lay wood all over the place, like this. But that's because there's this really marshy land. I mean, you wouldn't want to step on that gear. You would sink. And you can see actually that the river is very close to us there, look. So when it overflows, it does fill all of this up. So people have been kind enough to do these little bridges. They are dotted around down here, but that'll only get you so far when it properly rains. So this is definitely not a path to do when it's been tipping down for days. It may even be a bit dangerous at times, not least because of that fun bridge. If it's wet and muddy, it's not great. I mean, you can see this here, look. I mean, it has not rained for days and days and days, and it's been in the high 20s, and yet the mud is really gungy. So here you go, here's an example. People do this. So you don't have to get covered in mud, because usually that's really not great. But yeah, basically buyer beware if you wish to come this way. Caveat emptor. You will have lots of fun. Wow, look at this. Bit risky. You are very close to the old river here. This is gorgeous. As beautiful and forestery as it is down here, we are now approaching the main road, as you can probably hear. But we still don't go on it for a good old while yet. In fact, we're going to be going under some groovy tunnels in about 10 minutes time. Well, I am. You'll be going under them in about 10 seconds time. Thanks to the power of video editing. My watch is asking me if I should start my day because it looks like I'm awake. So, as mentioned, you take a right here and you go for some funky tunnels, which is kind of fun. You can't go this way. As interesting as this way is, I mean, that's pretty cool, isn't it? That does look really cool. Well, we're going through here. Which is a very, very, very dark tunnel indeed. And very echoey as well. Wow. That's amazing. Hello. That's cool, man. Try and test the acoustics. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good. Man, that's cool. Yeah, that is a bit groovy, isn't it? I could record whole songs and my voice sounds crap now. Another one. This one is a whole lot bigger. It's huge, very large. So the echo won't be quite so bad in this one. Let's have another go. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions had an echo in so much space. When you're out there without a care, I was out of touch. And it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? that make me crazy? Possibly. Oh, that's fun. I could just stay here all day and sing. Anyway, this is not X Factor. Onwards! So once you come out of there, you end up here in a car park, which isn't exactly scenic, but there you go. And here is aforementioned car park. Oh well, nature was fun while it lasted, and there's far more of it to find, so let's do that. In other news, that clip I just got from an actual third-person angle is the first time I've ever tried that. And after I recorded it, my phone fell off the fence it was balanced on and went in the mud. So I guess that taught me a lesson. Trying to be a smart ass, instantly destroyed. On the bright side, it's got a case on it, so it's just funny. Oh, it's a slightly different angle on an old friend. St. Mary's over there. Wonderful old church that I've come across many times, and in fact is on some of my videos, I do believe. Should be by now. I seem to go past it every time I go for a walk. Seems to be the nexus of interesting places to go. This is taking me around, and should be able to see the graveyard, not cemetery. The graveyard. Yeah, let's walk through the graveyard. Have a look at this. It's wonderful. Look at this. Isn't that just a beautiful sight? It's so peaceful here. This is the church where they built a new, I guess, annex on the back. So that bit's new. But I think they've done a very tasteful job, actually, of extending it. Because you can obviously see this is the new section here, and there's the bit with the glass in the middle. And then it connects to the old building. I think they did a really nice job, especially with the stone. It matches really well, I think. It's a great way of extending your building and being able to continue using it. It appears I am to cross this road and walk up Church Lane. Started to see my first thatched houses of the day. I suspect I will see many more of these before the day is through, given where I'm going. They're always a pleasure to see. Imagine a time when every house was like this. It's magic, isn't it? There's another one across the road. I imagine the upkeep for such a place is no joke. It's probably very expensive. There they are. It's probably very expensive, and you have to be flipping careful, because from what I understand they're a bit of a fire risk. Can you get insured if you have a thatch roof? Or I guess maybe either you can, or it's really expensive insurance. No idea. But it's definitely pretty unique living in a house like that. Ah, we've discovered this sleepy place where Dell makes their laptops. You wouldn't guess it was out here, would you? This appears to be where Church Lane Here comes Nations Hill. We just keep on following this for a good old while, it seems. I've been known to be completely wrong on occasion, and this may be one of those. But I believe I've been on this road before, which makes sense because I knew I'd been on Church Lane before. And I think, look at this tree. Yeah, cool tree. Wow. Yeah, I think when I get to the bottom of this, it comes to a T-junction, and there is like a council sign at the bottom. That's a cool tree. Telling you about Nations Hill. I'm pretty sure that I'll see it in a minute when I crest the hill. I think it's on the left-hand side. Don't see it yet, but I still believe. We'll see if it's there. I'm mere moments away at the bottom of that hill now, Nations Hill. I still can't see the sign, but I know it's there. I'm absolutely bloody certain it is. I'm not going to be wrong. No, not this time. The sign is at the bottom here on the left. It just is. I reckon it's hidden around one of these hedges. Not that one. That's houses. So it must be around here. Come on. There it is. Yeah, come on, memory, let's go. This sign here tells you about the road. And I seem to remember it telling you that it changed names or something. There you go, you see? Nations Hill. Name is probably a corruption of Nash's Hill, as shown on a mid-18th century map. So there you go, look. I'm very pleased with myself. My brain does work after all. Lots to read there. Give it a pause if you fancy. Right, we're going to follow these running humans. Although we are definitely not going to go that speed, because that's mental. We are now officially in, you can just about make it out, Kingsworthy. See that there? Well, we're not. We are now. Now we're in Kingsworthy. Amazing. On we go. Now down here, if memory serves, on the left, at some point, there's a garden and farm sort of shop. And then to the right of that and across the road, there's all kind of like watercress growing, farming going on, I think, down here. It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure that is what is down here. And there's a really, really big tunnel. It's not as fun as the other tunnels, though. It's just a motorway tunnel. Or, no, wait, it's not. It's a railway bridge. I'm speaking nonsense now. Let's see if I'm telling the truth. And as I round that bend, there's that railway bridge, which I was very impressed by last time I walked under, because the curvature of it on the inside is, if I remember rightly, is all like diagonal. It's not straight, as you might think it is. At least I think it's this one anyway. We'll have a look in a minute. And there you go, as I remembered, look. Wonky, diagonal bricks. They take you all the way over there and down the other side. Look at that. How do they do that? I mean, like, this bit is straight, but then they wonk it, and it ends up the other diagonal on the other side. So clever. I wonder how old this bridge is. But one assumes that, like, in the middle, that's incredibly structurally sound, because they've made this sort of meet in the middle. But I don't get how they build these. Oh, it's very, very cool. Let's take a look at it from the outside. Whoa. Look at that. Such a cool bridge. Funnily enough, in my insistence to come to the bridge, I didn't realise that I don't actually need to come under here at all today. So, but I'm glad I did because we got to see it. But actually, I'm turning off a footpath before it, which I've never done. So that's cool. Let's see where that goes. It turns out that instead of walking under there as we just did, I'm going this way. I didn't even see this before. It just goes to show you've got to keep your eyes peeled, doesn't it? Because you miss all sorts of things if you don't. Well, this is reasonably grown over, but again, lovely and leafy, lovely and cool, although terrifyingly spidery. I don't know if you can see these bros hovering in the air. Right, let's check that. I'm not going to walk straight into that. No, think I'm safe. Yeah, we'll keep an eye out for those. Wow, it's really dark down here. This is pretty. Wow, it's like genuinely dark. Again, you can't see because of our iPhone's night vision, but it's actually dark in here. This is lovely. Tell you what, this is a brilliant walk on a hot day. I've been under shade so much of the time down here, which I feel very lucky about. Because the last time when I believe I was walking to Cheriton when I met those lovely ladies in the village post office and had that amazing dinner in the Flower Pots Inn. That day, I think it got to like 25, and almost the entire walk I had no shade at all. Like I was out in great big rolling hills and on A roads, including that bleeding A272, the bane of my life. Just the whole time. It's no wonder I burned to a crisp. But here, this is like Jumanji. This is like proper forest gubbins. This is wonderful. You can barely even see the sky here. It's so cool, I actually feel a slight chill. Perfect on a day like this. This is really cool down here. Hey, check it out. It's an awesome tree here. I've gone past this footpath a couple of times now. I never knew it was there. What an amazing tree. It's huge. I choose to believe that that's not as ominous as it appears. Probably for fun, I suspect. Oh, another cool spider web there. See that? Awesome. We're not walking into it. No, okay. One of them is totally going to get me there. It is guaranteed. Whoa. This place is awesome. Cool, that's a spiky one. Whoop, get under him. Wonder how far this goes on. Loving this footpath. There's a big old rolling hill through there. Don't know if you can make it out. Let's see. Yeah. Cool. So I moan about the iPhone not showing reality sometimes. In terms of the light. Of course, a bit skinny down here, blimey. Ooh. Large people need not apply down this bit. God damn. But I'm glad it does, because if it didn't quickly switch back and forth, half the time you wouldn't be able to see anything on these videos. I go from dark to bright so quickly, so I'm grateful. Oh look, a decision. One assumes that I'll be going this way, but I better check. Assumption correct. We are going this way. It's always better to check, because sometimes these footpaths are a bit crazy and there's so many directions, and the direction that seems really daft because there's another one there and another one here. There's so many different ways you can go. Sometimes the one that seems really daft is actually the correct one because it doesn't go in a straight line. It loops around immediately or something. So what my way of doing things ordinarily is I put where I'm going into Apple Maps. I bring it up on the screen and I tell it I'm walking, and it sort of gives you all these different possible routes. And then I don't say go, follow directions. I just leave those lines up, and they change dynamically as I walk. So if I see something interesting, I'll go in that direction. They move. So I always know roughly where I'm going. Seems to work for me. I like it as a way of doing things. That way, even though I'm never going to truly get lost, I also feel like I have a choice in where I'm going, which is really nice. More decisions. Another left and right. I have no idea which way this is going to tell me to go. I'm going to guess left. Let's see. That time I was completely wrong. Because that is left. And this is where I'm supposed to go. So, always worth looking. Because I don't really have an internal compass today, because I'm not really sure where I'm going. I should have made more of an effort to lock it in my head, but it doesn't matter really, does it? I have zoom apps. But there's a lot of butterflies and bugs in that field. That looks like a really nice wildflower field. We need a lot of that now. You're not seeing many butterflies and bees around, but you can hear all the bugs in that field. That's awesome. Need more of these fields right now. Definitely. Well, I think this takes me through this new looking housing estate plonked in the middle of the countryside. So let's wander through here and see where we end up. Hear how noisy they are. There's so many. That's awesome. Such a cool sound. It's just had me walking through a housing estate, which is unusual. Usually avoid such things. Apparently we turn left now, and we should be gradually coming out of it. Hi there. Well, I'm guessing it wants me to go down here. This is more my sort of speed, isn't it? We certainly appear to be going more rural now. They don't want vehicles coming this way. Byway. Looking at the map, this looks like a good old long time, this. So, again, lovely cover. Coolness still engaged. Ooh, is that a railway bridge? Yeah, neat. Didn't expect that. How cool. Not quite as grand as the last one, but I like it. iPhone not sure what to do with that change of darkness into brightness there. Looked like the field was like nuclear fire for a minute. Yeah, we seem to be back in the land of rolling hills again. This is why following the maps is neat, because you would never think to walk through a housing estate, right? There was a footpath around the side of the housing estate, which without the maps I probably would have followed. I probably would have thought that'll take me rural, but going through the housing estate has led me here. Because sometimes maps are good. It's Just, I don't like following them slavishly, you know? Because you never know what you might find. Wow, this is surprising. Didn't I expect around the corner to this? Wow. Big old field here. I'm guessing they usually keep horses here. This is not due to intelligence or deductive reasoning, rather more my ability to read. But none there today. Yeah, this is really unusual, unexpected. I like it. My cover's gone though. Hello, sky. That is a perfect cloudless sky. Look at it. There is not a cloud in that sky. Mega. Found a very cool bug. Just chilling. Oh, you know what? It doesn't take long from being out of cover to feel hot. And I was actually almost a little chilly 10 minutes ago. And I'm already genuinely hot. Because of that big old space ball in the background. Look at it. Pumping me with them UV rays. Challenging my 20 quid factor 50. I'm still salty that it costs that much money. The reason I bought an expensive one is because it doesn't have any of the nasties in it. So you pay more for that. You pay more not to be poisoned. So welcome to life. I consider that to be a worthy investment. But we'll see if I get home a similar colour to when I left. And whether it was worth it. The state of that sun. Jeez. Turns out this is a genuinely interesting walk. I'm coming up to yet another railway bridge. It always blows my mind. Wow, that is the most fascinating railway bridge I've ever seen. Look how skinny it is. I've never seen one like this before. Because it's so tall, but it's really, really short. Look at that. That's mega cool. I've never seen one like that in my life. It's really hard to convey how tall and skinny that is. I've never seen a railway tunnel like that. That is neat. Let's go in then. What a flipping cool tunnel this is. Well, there's actually a space in the middle of it. What the heck? Look at that. That is awesome. Very unexpected. Very unexpected. I was really confused then. As I come out of the railway tunnel, bridge, whatever it is, and I'm stood here, but the map's telling me to go right. I'm like, there isn't a right. And then I see this. This is a magical mystery tour today. Look at this. It's a bit fun, isn't it? Blimey, a little bit dodgy. I tell you, I'm giving Apple Maps absolute 5 stars today. It's taken me down some amazingly cool places. Cool, these are a bit steep. Blimey. Whoa. Those are really steep steps. Huh. I'm guessing left. Better check again. Yep, left. Although right may have taken me across one of those cool bridges. But we're going this way, so ignoring the absolute need to do silly things just for a minute. Honestly, so far, this is one of my favourite walks. This has been brilliant. Thoroughly enjoying myself. Just hit 2 hours and creeping up on 4 miles. So it's not the fastest I've ever walked, but I'm pacing myself today because I know how hot it's going to get. So I'd rather walk slowly and enjoy myself than knacker myself out. So I'm walking along this path. I suddenly see this. Not on my bingo card today. This is one of the fun things about not checking things before you leave. You get surprises. Worthy Down Camp. These are pillboxes, apparently, for defence. And you can just about see inside. And I'd love to nose in there, because you can get in, you see that? If you go around the side, you can actually get in there. But I literally can't get in there, because I'm too big. And my back would never allow it. And also, the sign says, please don't bugger about in them. So I'm not going to be that guy, just for the sake of the video, because it literally says at the bottom there, please don't muck about. But that is a very cool thing to see. Very, very, very cool. And unexpected. I wonder what else we're going to find on this walk. It's a rather nice place to sit, this bench. Lovely view. Nice place to stop for a while. So walking along the path, and at the top of the hill, I saw another one of these boxes. 715RE. Seems there's quite a few dotted around. Wow. These were heavily fortified, weren't they? Look at these. They're so thick. Goodness me. Look at that. They had a good view as well. Wow. Wonder how many of these I'm going to find. Can we see inside? Look at that. You didn't have much space to move about in there. Blimey. I may have been ill-advised climbing up here. I'll go back down now. Let's see what happens. We'll keep it on camera as evidence so when I break my neck. Ooh, here we go. What? This place is stunning. These trees are so tall. And again, forming this amazing natural canopy over me. So I'm not feeling the sun at all. It's just cool and lovely down here. It feels like, I don't know, like 12 degrees or something. It's lovely in here. Another bridge. This one actually crept up on me, it just appeared, because this canopy is so all-encompassing. I didn't even see it until I was this close. It just suddenly was there. There it is. This is curious. Suddenly rises from the ground, follows along. And there seems to be a building or two over there. Can see what those are. A bit more modern to our left there. It almost looks like this was a railway here, doesn't it? It feels like we're walking on the tracks. That's what it looks like. It looks like a platform. That's what it reminds me of. Interesting. I wonder what that building is. Genuinely curious. I think I really want to walk across this rubbish to get to it though. Nah, that doesn't look great. I want to get up there though. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go up there. Right, back here again. But this time, let's go up here. Interesting. Oh, other people have been up here. I don't know how far I'm going to get though before it overgrows. But you know me, I'm a curious soul. I have a feeling that over there is modern army barracks. I'm pretty sure they don't put barbed wire on basketball courts normally. Oh, I got what I wanted. I'm definitely up here. I don't know if I'll be able to get down the other side or not, or if I'll have to come back on myself again. But it's worth it for the nosiness factor. It seems that it's the same on the other side. It's really curious. Wonder why this was built, this raised section in the middle. Really interesting. I'll finally be able to see what this building is about. So people had cut through there. It's grown up a little bit again. Oh, here we are. A little closer than before. God, look at these flowers. They're gorgeous. Hey. Let's have a nosy. Oh, nice view. And there's even a seat down there. Oh, here we are. And that's it. Oh, very echoey in here. This looks like a tiny storage space or something. Let's see if I can get away with continuing along here. And if I can get down on the other side, or if I'd have to battle through that. Let's find out. Can't imagine I'm the first person to do this. You can see plenty of people have made a path through the vegetation. Yeah, it's all good. Neat. This is a flippin' interesting footpath. Very interesting footpath. Ah. I'm actually seeing butterflies down here, which is so nice. Just aren't enough of them this year. I've seen quite a few today. Oh. Another handy dandy sign. They're all very reflective. Welcome to the Watercress Way, South Wonston. Yeah. Follow sections of 2 disused railways. Okay. So that was a platform that I walked on then. Yeah, that makes sense. Neat. We can go left or right here. And it appears I'm to go left. So let's do just that. Here's where we're going now. You probably notice that sometimes you see a person at a distance and I quickly stop recording, which I'm about to do now in fact. I just don't like bothering people, you know. It's not for me to decide if they want to be on YouTube or not. Do not follow SatNav. I'm guessing SatNav used to send people down there. It must have been a problem if they made an official sign. That's funny. We are going this way. Wow, lots of cool places to go though. It's beautiful down here. It's quite a long old section this. And what are we now? We are 5.5 miles in. It's been 2 hours 45 and it's just coming up to 9:22 in the morning. As you can see from this beautiful, almost totally cloudless sky, I no longer have any cover, so I'm really feeling it again. It's warm. It's dramatic, the difference it makes. You come out of those forested areas and you just instantly feel it. It makes you flag almost straight away. It's going to be another long one, but there's nowhere I'd rather be than out in the middle of nowhere on a nice day. Blimey, that was a long old stretch, that bit. It seems to be more of a normally used road, I think, by the looks of it. Drove Links Road. Yeah, car coming already. We're going this way, so let's do that. This one's turning out to be pretty lengthy also. Nice views though. God, feeling that sun. It's right above me, look at that. Beaming down straight on my face. Just what I need. See a horsey in the background there? On his way. Such a nice sound. That's funny. I stuck around to see the horse, and I'd already seen that horse this morning and spoken to the lady on it. She passed me by earlier in the forest. I thought, oh, another horse. Same one. I'd like to have filmed, but it just feels a bit invasive, doesn't it? Sticking a camera in people's faces. Don't like to do it. So I'd probably miss out a lot of fun content, but I don't want to be that guy. It doesn't suit me. Have a look at where I am now. This walk is really interesting because it changes it up so often. 1 minute I'm walking past like old army barracks and pillboxes. Then I'm on old railway stations. Then I'm on normal roads again. And then I'm back down past like this, surrounded by fields. What's that? My watch is buzzing me. What's it telling me? We've just done 6 miles. Feels alright. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Although, blooming warm. And I suspect the walk back is going to be far more brutal because the sun's going to be higher in the sky and at a lot more intensity. But I'll slather tons more of my sun gubbins on me before I leave for home, I think. Just to protect myself a bit, but I'm catching the sun. I'm definitely brown, but not as bad as last time. So that's the result. I'm so happy about how many butterflies I've seen today. I'm never going to see him with this, am I? He's there. There he is. Right in the middle of the frame. You see him? Crap zoom, but there he is. I have seen lots today. It's cheered me right up. Because at this time of year, they should be everywhere. But I don't know about you, I have not been seeing them at all. But I've seen loads today. According to the map, I am about 50 minutes away from my first church. And it's basically entirely on this really long track you see behind me. Which is not great because it's basically uncovered the whole time. Which is a bit dodgy. I'm starting to feel it now. But it sure is middle of nowhere vibes here. No traffic, no people again. I was seeing the odd dog walker up the other end and some cyclists. But since then, nothing but the great outdoors. All you really hear down here is buzzy insects. Oh, check out this field. Let's go have a look. Look at that. Whoa, that's a field. Cool. I've seen many beautiful flowers today, and all on its own, I found this little guy. And then I turned and saw there was one here too. They're pretty. Only ones like that in this sea of green. I'm always a bit dubious when maps get me to walk through places like this because it feels like I'm encroaching on private property, you know. So I always feel like maybe I've misread the map or I'm going the wrong way. Oh, look at that, they got a swimming pool. Oh my goodness, that would be absolutely mega right now. What do you reckon? Just go for it and just dive in there, deal with the consequences. That would be pretty nice right now. Goodness me. God, how lovely. Yeah, this is an interesting little spot. It really does feel like I'm on private land and about to get shot or something. I always feel proper weird walking through these areas. Guessing I just keep going through that gap up ahead. Come out the other side, I suppose. Look at that mega thatched house. Goodness. I think I'm going this way. I continue to not feel like I should be here. I'm a bit uneasy around here. But I haven't seen anything saying private, so I guess I'm okay. The heck are those? Dinosaur cages? I like something out of Jurassic Park. No idea. They have lots of dinosaurs if that's what they are. Wow. What the heck are those? I have no idea. Answers in the comments. I think this is the right way. I continue to feel like I'm somewhere I should not be. But it's certainly proving interesting. Yeah. Aha! A way out. Oh boy, that's a long road. Let's do a zoomy. Look at this. It seems I'm going that way for the next while. I'm trying to decide if that's a horse. Let's have a look. Yes, it is. Well done, eyeballs. That's a rider on a horse. I was just trying to work it out because I'm thinking that's way too big to be a person. Way too slow to be a cyclist. So it has to be a horse. And it is. Neato. Our horse is getting bigger. Part of me considered if just for a moment that was going to be the same lady with the same horse. I would have thought I was in a simulation if that happened. No, this was a different lady on a different horse this time. Beautiful creatures, horses. I just said to her it's a nice day for it. And she said, yeah, but it's going to be really hot on the way back. She's right. I'm going to suffer on the way back. I keep coming across gaps which lead out to these amazing fields. They just go on and on. As does this. When that horse was walking towards me earlier, I was awfully confused because, one, I couldn't tell if it was going towards me or away, and two, it just didn't seem to move for ages. And it was just a perspective trick because this road is so long and relatively straight and a horse is big, it just kind of stayed in one place for a really long time. And it's the same, I mean, I can still just about see it behind me actually. It's a funny old thing, perspective. Talking about perspective breaking my brain, it's broken my brain way more than I thought actually, because there is kind of like a bump in the road and then it kind of curves a tiny bit at the top. And I thought I was going to get to that so much quicker, but it just doesn't seem to get any closer. It's really weird that, isn't it? Perspective's a funny thing. I guess because there's a slight bump, and because of that you don't know how much road is between that bump and the rise you see behind it. So it actually looked like I'd be there in about 10 minutes. But it's taken like half an hour to get to where I first saw that horse. And so when I thought that horse was moving slowly, it was actually moving like 3 times as quickly as I am. But it's just a really long way away. I feel like I'm in the desert and I'm seeing mirages. The sun's making me loopy. More mega fields. That's where I've been. It's funny because again, with the perspective, it doesn't look that far, but I'm like half hour in from those trees in the distance. I'm finally getting to a little bit of a wiggly jiggly here, going right and or left or something. But that is a heck of a long straight there. Another butterfly. Can you see him? There he is in the middle. Looks just like a leaf. Cool. I, meanwhile, I'm coming to a bend. Ah, here we go. A lefty righty. Gosh, sure I'm in the middle of some mega fields here. They're everywhere. That's that one I've been walking alongside this whole time. Huge. Another one over there. And another one over there. Sure is picturesque here. Wow, look at these poppies. Just all on their own, chilling. Pretty. This is another one that's plays with your perspective, because this field is so ginormous that you feel like it's probably not that far, and you would be wrong. Can you see him? Bright yellow, having a drink from that flower. He's been flitting between them all, on and off. Seen so many today. There he goes. I've started to notice that in the distance there's heat haze. You see that? It is now hot enough that the air is shimmering. Oh boy, and I can feel it. Well, all of a sudden, I just had a look at my map and it says I'm about a quarter of an hour away from my first church, which should be a right once we get past this gate. So that's a nice surprise. We are just coming up to 20 past 10 and we've done nearly 8 miles and 3 hours 45. So pretty solid set of statistics there. Back on the road. Farewell to that amazing field. And we join this. And apparently we do this for about 10-15 minutes. And we should be at Church 1. Let's find out. This may be a road, but ain't nobody using it. Nobody around. Just me, the birds, and the butterflies. It's a rather lovely name for a place, isn't it? Stoke Charity. I like it. If Apple Maps is to be believed, St. Mary and St. Michael Church is up this road a little on the left. And that's one church, St. Mary and St. Michael Church. It's very unusual for it to be called two names. Another beautiful little quiet thatched kind of place. And I think we go this way for the church. Oh, there we are. Some directions for you. Mitchell Deaver that way, Sutton Scotney that way, which is where we're going eventually for lunch, hopefully. Hunton. And places we've been. I love these like half and 3/4. It's amazing. I love the old house. I thought I was going that way, but I was wrong. I'm going this way. You know, I think I may well have found our church. Goodness me. This is not a subtle path. I'm never sure if these are still regularly being used or if they're just open for the public to enjoy. So I'm always very cautious on Sundays, because there could well be a full service happening right now. Or no one at all. You're never really sure. So I shall be very careful and quiet. This is a heck of an entranceway. I just realised there's a bunch of sheep over there, look. All relaxing. Yeah, what an amazing way to walk toward a church. Gorgeous. Wow. While the door is open. Probably people inside. Yes, full congregation. I shan't be going in there then. I can hear the service, so we shan't go inside today. That would be rather rude, but I will have a little wander around at least. Lovely place. Okay, so from here, we're going to what looks like Hunton Cemetery, I believe. It's interesting because from the map, it looks like a church, but it only says cemetery. So we'll go check it out and see what we can see. I saw a footpath sign earlier, and I've come back on myself because, what tight fit, it appears we are doing this way now. Oh, there you go. How's this for a day? It's like a painting, isn't it? Proper clouds. None of that smeary, horrible crap we've been dealing with for months. Real puffy, fluffy marshmallow clouds. Very happy to see that. Out the other side. Look at this dude. Got distracted from the ladybird there. I'm easily distracted. On we go. And to this field. God, this sky is amazing today. Look at this. So cool. Tell you, footpaths can be really surprising at times. There's no such thing as like the generic footpath. They take you through the most unusual of spots. You know, just nosing around and you see these little yellow markers, you know, telling you can go this way. Because so often things feel private. And it always surprises me what you're allowed to walk through. Yeah, these are all really shiny new gates. See how perfect and shiny they are. Where next? Oh wow, it's not like a bridge. There is a cow going through all this. Hello cow, how you doing? Oh, how's life? You look very happy there, having a good old munch. Be careful of that barbed wire, that'll get you. Enjoy your lunch. Morning, girls. I did not expect around the corner to that. Footpath. Yes. Agreed. Tell you, this is a really atypical footpath. I'm really surprised this is public right of way. This feels really private. Very unusual. I love it. Ooh, duck. Wow. They put so much effort into this little path. Can't have been easy making all this. This is awesome. Look at this. Gorgeous. Rather close to the river here. Wow, look at this. It's so pretty here. They really had to put a lot of effort in to make this walkable by people. Huge respect to that. God, it smells fantastic here. Flowers smell amazing. Another bridge up ahead. Oh, that's a big old step, blimey. Wow. Ah, fish. Check them out. There they are. Just about see them there. To the left and right of the image, there's one. And there's the other one. Well, we were there. And now we're going this way. Almost to the cemetery, it seems. A couple of minutes away or so. Some horses over there. We're in a fairy tale again. Wow, this lighting's amazing. Beautiful sunshine. Blimey. Well, we found it. This is St. James's Church, Sutton. Okay, let's go have a look at St. James's. Curious that it's not listed that way on the map. It's just listed as a cemetery. Wonder why that is. We may be able to look around in this one possibly, if it's open, because that sign said services every second Sunday, and we are at the end of the month. So we may be all on our own today. Let's find out. No dogs. Luckily, we are not dogs, so we're okay. Huh? Oh, a bit awkward with one hand there. Come on, you can go. There we go. Oh, these trees are lovely. They look ancient. Many hundreds of years old. How lovely. Yeah, very old stones. You tell from the script, the writing style on them. Beautiful. (1927), that one. This tree. It's amazing. Is that a yew tree? I may be completely wrong about that. There's the back. God, this sunlight makes everything look amazing. Beautiful day. Those that have been laid against the church there must be a lot older. Let's take a look. Can we see? Hard to tell. Let's get a bit nosier. Can't really tell. They're a bit too faded, bless them. But you can see the cherubs. Beautiful. Now the question is, can I go in? I'm always super scared to try. But let's see. Okay. St. James's Church, Hunton. That's lovely. Well, they have a big old key. Always scared to try. Doesn't sound like there's anyone inside. Wow. Oh goodness. I'll push this too. A lovely church. That stained glass is amazing. Wow. Beautiful. There's writing on the bottom of there. 1884 for the Archdeacon and the glory of God, Winchester. Wow. Wonderful place. Ceiling. amazing. This organ is wonderful. Look at this. They're beautiful. And when you sit and play, you can see the congregation behind you, which is a really nice touch. These pedals. Wow. That's quite the instrument, isn't it? I bet that sounds amazing in here. Well, that was worth the walk. Let's leave this place to its peace. St. James. A wonderful place. I was just wandering around looking at the graves. And the one on the left there is 1787, age 60. And the one on the right is 1789, age 62. My goodness. The one on the wall of the church there is Memento Mori with the skull and the cherubs. And I believe that's early 17s as well. Remarkable stuff. Happy cows in the distance there, loving life. They seem very pleased with their lot. Just going for a walk. A video can't do this tree justice. It's magnificent. This has to be absolutely ancient, this tree. It just spans everywhere. Look how huge it is. It just goes all over this churchyard. It's wonderful. What an amazing ancient tree. Definitely belongs with this church. So I've actually had to attach my battery pack because my phone's battery was on 17%, which is a bit worrying because I'm still on my way. There's just been so many interesting things to film, like these friendly cows over here. There's just so much worth shooting today. I'm burning through that battery. There are worse problems to have, right? Well, we visited that beautiful St. James Church, and now we are going to our third church. Oh, more mushrooms, toadstools, whatever they are. Answers on a postcard. And apparently this one is not too far away either. So we should be there reasonably soon. As I'm walking by is an alternate view of St. James. And to put it in perspective, there are the happy cows. So I'm just on the other side. I just really need to comment on how glorious the clouds are. Look at this. Amazing. I thought I'd be going down here for a while. Oh, jellycopter. Easily distracted. I thought I'd be going down here for a while, but no. We're going down here. I am really finding all the groovy footpaths today. Highly sprung loaded that one, gave me a good slap. Yeah, finding loads of funky footpaths today. Oh, there you go. Well, we've definitely found the yard, the cemetery. There's lots and lots of headstones. Wow, did you see that? Massive heron. See him go? Oh, I can't believe I caught that. That's amazing. You do not see herons too often. Oh, I don't know if you could pick those up. Dragonflies, damselflies, I'm never sure what they're called. See those? Wow, black and purple ones, they're gorgeous. Oh, this is a hell of a spot, isn't it? Herons, all sorts of things. Why, look at this. Wow. There's just beauty around every corner down here. God, I can't believe people get to live in places like this. Amazingly lucky people. Can't believe I just spooked a heron. That was not expected. What's with this crazy gate? Again, people who are not really skinny need not apply. Yeah, this doesn't move. How skinny that is. And he just made it through there. Oh boy, look. Wow. Let's go have a look at this one. That is a heck of a tree. Blimey. Even flying the old Union Jack up top though. It's a big church. This is some 3 or 4 times the size of the other ones I've seen today. It's huge. If there are any old stones under these trees, they're probably still quite legible with this amount of shade. Conkers! Ah, awesome. Would have been climbing for those years ago as a kid. Could be a little wider getting through this one. Oi! That is quite the church. I can't imagine that this one is empty, as big as it is. And with there being as many modern graves in the back there, there's probably people in here. So I probably can't nose inside. We'll certainly have a good nosy around. Wow, this place is amazing. All these trees. Yeah, there's a car over there. So there are probably people inside, given that it's a Sunday and near to lunchtime, which is a shame. I would have liked to have been nosy, but probably not a good idea. In fact, I can literally hear people inside. So, sermon confirmed. So I shall not be going in this one either, sadly. Look at this. I'm amazed by these trees. I've never seen a churchyard like this. There's so many ancient, enormous trees here. Let's step back so we can take this in. Need to change the wide angle again. That's better. I can actually see now. Look at this. What a magnificent church. It's a shame we can't go inside, but it'd be a bit rude. And there's a congregation in there. Amazing place. That is 3 for 3. Now we go to Sutton Scotney. Well, I was curious, and this was Holy Trinity Church in Winchester. Quite the place. Well, if Siri and the maps are to be believed, we are about 20 minutes away from Sutton Scotney, which will mean that we can get something tasty to eat, which I'm very pleased about. Putting my feet up for a bit will be very nice. We are about to hit 10 miles, so that seems like a good spot. Look at this little place. Winchester Arms. I like it. Bit too early though, I am. Gonna have to keep going into Scotney. It's cute though. So many thatched houses today. Never tire of seeing them. It's surprisingly busy in this little place. More cars and bikes have gone past me in the last 10 minutes than the whole of my walk. Don't know why. Blimey. 1520. That's an old house. Yeah, you can feel the oldness here on everything. 1520. Wow. Sign there saying 2.5 miles to South Winchester, 6.5 to Winchester. No, 6 3/4, sorry. Not going that way though. Not yet. I have never seen one of these that's so accurate it can see me coming. I'm going 4 miles an hour. That's amazing. Oh, that's tickled me. Better slow down. Well, I just came out of there and there's a public stores, and over there is where I'm planning to eat my lunch, the Coach and Horses. Hopefully we can. This is a very little place. They got their own little firehouse, which I imagine is quite important when half the houses are made of thatch. And there is the Coach and Horses, which I'm really hoping is open, and I'm really hoping has tasty food. Amazingly, it is exactly 12 o'clock, midday. 5 hours 23, 10 miles 6, and I got where I want to eat at 12 on the dot. I didn't do that on purpose. Actual bumblebees. Check them out. They really do still exist. Great stuff. Well, hopefully this place is open. God, I hope so. Somehow I made it. Alright, well that was exactly what the doctor ordered. I had a beef roast dinner, a pint of tasty cider, had a nice chat with the locals and the people behind the bar, all lovely people. Apparently something kicked off last night and they had to deal with some idiot out of towner that tried to attack everybody. Don't matter where you are in the world, does it? Lovely, lovely old pub and some muppet causing trouble. Luckily, today was nice and relaxing. So, I've done that, had tasty foods. And we've gone in the little local shop, bought a couple more bottles of water, some crisps and chockies, which hopefully won't melt, but probably will. And I am on my way home again. We'll try and do it a little bit different. I think it ends up being the same after a while, but I'm going in a different direction for now, so we'll see how long that lasts. Going left towards the Holy Trinity Church again, and Wanstead and Stoke Charity, so maybe it's going to be almost immediately the same. I guess I'll see. Well, if we are going the same way, we're doing so in a slightly different route. So that's pretty cool. Big old field here. Very noisy, full of crickety bugs. I didn't really have a chance to reapply the old factor 50, so I'm a bit paranoid about that. Probably need to do that, really. Because if anything, the fun is far crazier than it was when I came this way. We shall see. Well, in the end I decided to just go ahead and apply the stuff right here in this field. So that's what I did. I'm covered in it now. And let's have a look. I can't really see the screen, it's so bright out here. It's probably all over me. It probably looks like I've had an accident at a yogurt factory or something. I can't tell. But I'm totally lubed up now, so the sun cannot harm me. It needed doing. It's crazy hot out here. I wonder what the temperature is. Hey Siri, what's the temperature? 24 degrees, there you go. That'll be why I'm cooking. No cover, flipping hot. There are pros and cons to my life at the moment. One is this view, definitely a pro. View is amazing. One of the cons is I bought this from the shop and it's got one of those stupid tops on that like half breaks off but doesn't and leaves the edge jagged so you slice open your face. I mean, honestly, who thought that was a good idea? Unbelievable. But, you know, apart from that, it's a bit groovy here, isn't it? Look at this. Mega. This is rather similar to the field I was along on my way. You never know, it might be the same field. I might have been on the other side. Who knows? Blimey, these fields don't half look barren when they've been harvested. Look decimated. And yet, somehow, still very tidy. Big difference between this field and the one over there. Look at the vastness of this field. That's mental. I am a bit warm. And my vistas are becoming more and more epic and ludicrous. Look at this. It's like the Windows XP background, except after a drought. Less bliss and more miss, but I think it looks amazing. Obviously, it is making me a bit worn out. But it looks awesome. Well, that's a bit irritating. I just walked for miles along that barren field to find this. I mean, it's very pretty, but there is nowhere for me to go. Matt wants me to go that way, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Seems legit. Should be fine, right? Let's just go this way. Let's just walk into this. That'll be fine. No issues. So back I go for about 20 minutes. Thanks for that. Just had to jump that fence, and now it's making me walk along here. So good effort avoiding main roads, I guess. At least it looks reasonably quiet. Can't believe bloody map made me walk on this thing. I thought, you know, I was proper trusting it on the way. Did a great job, took me through funky footpaths, over hill and dale, saw herons, all sorts of things happened. And now I'm on a bloody B road, or whatever this is, I don't know. Still, it's reasonably peaceful. I can dive on the verge. I'm just kind of sad, because I actually thought I'd be able to avoid this nonsense today. Wrong! You walk far enough, you can never avoid one of these bloody roads. So here we are. But yeah, it's a quiet one. So it's not so bad. Getting a different perspective on those fields now that I walked all the way along and then had to walk all the way back on, jump a fence, and then walk along here again on the road. I love wasting time. I'm still on this road and people are being very nice, giving me massive wide berths going on the other side of the road and things. And then there was this one guy in a van, and I don't expect people to give me a wide berth, you know, I'm happy to step on the verge, but he like came at me almost like he was trying to wind me up. I'm looking at him, I'm thinking he's awfully tight to the edge. And then I realised he's not actually looking out the window, he's looking at his damn phone. He's literally got his phone on his steering wheel, texting, or whatever it is he's doing. And he's like aiming at me, so I step off the verge, he looks up, and he literally like yanks the steering wheel to the side in like surprise. And you just think, how are these people allowed on the road? It's insane. And this is why you always keep your wits about you when you're on roads like this, because it only takes one muppet not taking notice of what they're doing for you to have a very bad day. I think we're going down here now, where that car just came out of, back towards Winchester, which is where those lovely churches were. Bit risky this, because there's a raise in the road. Plenty of time though. Good to go. Tell you what, let's stay on this side and we'll be fine. Apparently it's a left after this left. I figured it was that one because well, there aren't that many turn-offs, and I knew there was a left eventually, but apparently it's just a little ways up. Apparently it wants me to go down here. Okay. For the first time in a really long time, I'm getting some shade. Thank goodness. I haven't been in shade for a couple of miles now, so this is very welcome. And it feels amazing. It's like walking into a wind tunnel. It's the nicest feeling, and I'm super grateful for it. Unfortunately, this is uphill, so it's still really flipping tiring. And I've still got over 3 hours walking to do. But I'm grateful for these trees. Very nice indeed. Nice view, huh? That's a good view. Flipping miles of views. Miles and miles of them. For a while back there, I thought I may have been going the same way, but I definitely haven't been this way today. This is apparently alongside Hampshire Polo School. So they're either teaching people to play that game of horses or how to make little round minty sweets. It's Probably the second one, given that I'm in the English countryside. No, wait, the first one, yeah. The horse thing, the mints thing would be weird. Although kind of cool. I like polos. Check him out. Oh, do. Let's go visit. They might say hello, you never know. Even if they don't say hello. Oh, there's lots. Look at them. Hi. How you doing? Well, we can confirm they're not making mints unless the horses are helping them. They have lots of horses. Even though there's no cover in the sky, these hedges are so tall that I'm still not feeling the sun, which is super handy. It's just not getting to me down here. It's nice and cool. Found some bumblebees. Check him out. Found another allotment and another scarecrow. We have gone full circle from this morning. No one enjoying the allotment though. To be fair, it is very hot out here. It would be a bit risky to be out here for long-term digging and things. It's only daft people like me that come out and do things like this on days like this. So apparently you come out here and there should be a right turn. Don't know how immediate that is. God, they're growing some awesome things over here. That's cool. I like the idea of having an allotment. It's your own little patch to do what you want with. Sounds nice. I think we turn right here, I believe. Ooh, just fell down a really big hole. Yeah. I think this is the way. I mean, that sign says this is the way, so let's go this way. Isn't that just the best sound? Sounds amazing. Well, I gotta walk on the road, but I don't think I've had much to worry about somehow. Just spotted this. Five and a half thousand years ago, community built a long barrow here where people came to bury and commemorate their dead. Wow. That's amazing. Huh. There you go. 5,500 years ago. That blows my mind, that does, that we can say with certainty that something 5,500 years ago was in that spot. It's where they used to bury people. And there's me visiting cemeteries, being impressed by things that are 300 years old. It's just a paltry 300 years. Wow. I'm so lucky at how much history is here, the things I get to find. It's very cool. It looks like I'm going this way. Yeah. I believe I'm now coming up on where I was this morning. And we're finally intersecting my old route. I believe it was either here that I was going the other way and I turned down there, or it was slightly further ahead that I did it. No, it wasn't here. It was, I've just come through the that gate with the bar head up on top of it. In fact, I commented on it, I think. That's right, because this will be the point where it says don't follow your sat nav. You remember I pointed at that sign? Thought that was funny, because obviously people do come down here with their sat navs. That's where we're about to hit. But I didn't come down here. I turned right, which in our current direction is left. It's a big old hole. Yeah, so I got here this morning, but after laughing at the sign telling us not to follow the sat nav, which I can now see, we went that way, where I saw the horse and all the rest of it. That was the direction we went in all those hours ago, many hours ago. There's a sign. Don't follow your sat nav. We're back where we were, and there are a couple of bowls down here, I believe, left by friendly people for dogs. I seem to remember. I think there was a man stood here. Yeah, there they are. There's a man stood here with his dog on the way up. There's the bowls. Celebration buckets. Yeah, so there we go. I don't know how much, if at all, this is going to deviate now. It could end up basically being the exact same route back. And I think it probably will, because there are only so many routes. We'll see, it might surprise me. But as ever, I will do the official goodbye here, because I have a feeling it will just be little snatches here and there. And as ever, if you have been watching until this point, kudos. This is probably an incredibly long video, despite my best efforts to edit it down. So thanks for joining me as ever, all three of you that watch these videos. And I'm sure we will meet again. Do stick around, there'll probably be more odds and sods, but that's the main meat of it done. And I'll see you again soon. I realise that saying goodbye when I've still got 6 miles left to go is probably a bit weird. But I figure there'll be lots of people who don't really want to see me retrace my steps. If you're that kind of weird person, then do stick around, because I have a hell of a long way to go. Well, there you go. We are back here again on our funky train platform that we can now confirm was and is still a train platform. And we weren't imagining things. They're built now exactly like they were back then. Except this used to be train track down here. On both sides, in fact, I believe. Which is incredibly cool. So much history down this way. Well, I am 7.5 miles on my way back. There wasn't much point in filming things, really. I mean, I saw lots of cool things again, but they were the same things that I'd already filmed. So that didn't really seem like a worthwhile endeavour to film the same stuff again in reverse. It's been way easier on the way back. It's a lot hotter. I'm struggling more, but I went a lot of sort of extra weird and wonderful routes on the way so I could see the churches. So the way back has actually been reasonably direct, except for that silly mistake with the field. And that hasn't been too bad. Currently in that nice leafy path again that I showed you in the other direction. Nice and dark, leafy, cool. Not at all bad. So looking at how far I've come, so I've just done over 3 hours, done 7.5 miles almost. So I reckon I'll probably end up doing 9 on the way back, I guess. So should end up being about 20, which is always a pretty solid number. Always like to do 20. Thanks for sticking around for the extra credits. Once I get back, I'm gonna put my feet up and relax as ever, and then back to real life again on Monday. Hope you have a lovely weekend, whatever it is, wherever you are, whatever time you watch this. And until the next one, AJ out. Ooh, mud.